Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Miller's Woods. So what I'm going to show you today is I got a small piece of river birch that I want to mill up on my bandsaw inside the shop. So I'm going to make just a really quick and dirty bandsaw sled for milling of that round log. So stick around, I'll show you how I do it.
So I have just a scrap piece of 3/4 inch plywood here and this hardwood runner. That fits in the miter slot. I'm just gonna screw down with a couple of screws here. No glue, just doing this really quick and dirty. The screws stick through the top of the plywood a little bit, so I just get the grinder out and clip the top of the screws off. Then I'll run it through the bandsaw and cut it off flush with the edge of the blade. That way I can line up the edge of the log with the edge of the plywood, and I know that's where the blade's going to cut. I just grabbed some scrap pieces that I had laying around and screwed together some 90-degree brackets here. The plywood that I used for the miter pieces cracked as I screwed into it a little bit, but that's not that big a deal. They were still more than strong enough. For what this sled is, it'll work just fine. Get those all screwed together. Then I can bring the log over, line it up with the edge where I need it, and screw the brackets down to the board. Use 1¼ screws so they won't go through the bottom. And then I just run a couple of screws in the other end into the log and I'm ready to mill it. Get those screwed down, and then I can take it over to the bandsaw. Remember to raise the blade guide up, give myself the clearance, and then run it through and cutting off the first slab off the far side. Spalting in this wood looks really nice. I'm very happy with how it looked. Then I just unscrew the log, flip it around. I can loosen the brackets up so that they can match the new angles and run the screws back into the ends. That's the good thing about the design of this sled is those brackets can move around just anywhere. You screw them down and you're good to go. Run it through the saw again with the sled. Cut the other flat side off, and now I have two flat surfaces 90 degrees to each other. And with that, I can go ahead and set my fence to 1 inch and slab out as much of this as I can. Got down to where I had just a little bit left there, and so I'll go ahead and turn it. There's not much left, so I decrease the width of the cut down to 5/8 of an inch, and I run the rest of the log through, getting as many slices as I can off of it. Down to some really small pieces now, but we'll still be able to find something to use them for. And there we go.
Oh, there we go, everybody. Stacked up and ready to dry. I ended up getting 4 pieces that were 1 inch thick and 8 smaller pieces that were 5/8 of an inch thick. Looking forward to getting these dried and being able to use them. Thinking of making some boxes with them, so I think they'll turn out really well. There we go, everybody. A quick and dirty bandsaw sled. Got that piece of river birch all milled up with the way I built the ends on that. Any other size logs that are probably maximum of 22 inches long, I'll be able to mill up on that. Firewood size pieces, but every once in a while you find some piece of wood that you don't want to get rid of. You want to keep it sentimental reasons or just something about it that speaks to you. So I can mill those up in my shop or on my bigger ones on my chainsaw mill and use those for my projects. And it's a really awesome way of being able to connect more to the projects that you're making if you've actually made the lumber yourself. So from the piece of the tree to the finished product, it's an amazing feeling to go from the start to the finish and having done every step in between yourself. So I want to thank y'all for coming. If you like this video, please click like and think about subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.